find me when you have a moment.
Hey, there's something I gotta tell ya. Jan, can you come see me? There's a thing.
see where this leads. That stopped me. There's so much stuff. You wanted to talk? Yeah, the magnetic storm. Quite a ride, huh? Tell me about it. Glad we're out of it. For good, I hope. Hope is the mother of fools. If you ask me, it looks like recurring magnetic storms might be a thing around here. We should think about how to prepare in case another one hits us. Any ideas? Actually, yes. Tell me. Well, it's pretty obvious that during emergencies, the base relies heavily on existing supplies, right? Right? That means we could use a smarter way to manage our production, to make sure we have a stable backup of all the crucial stuff. That would be nice. Well, listen to this. I found something in the manuals. The procedure we could set up. It's called Uphold Production. It lets you choose any item you want to produce. Let's say a radiation filter, and establish the amount of it you always want to have at the ready. Whenever you have less items on stock than you need, new ones will be queued for production automatically. Just like that. Huh. That sounds like it could spare us a lot of micromanagement. Exactly. Try it out and maybe we won't die because someone forgot to make mush. I have something for you. I used the Luminator on one of those strange areas on the surface, and it revealed some sort of plants, but not real living plants. More like A projection of another dimension that became visible to me. Keep going. I followed their path and found something that could have been their core. And when I used the Luminator on it, I found some interesting specimens. Really? Specimens from the interval? Did you secure them properly? Of course. I have to take them to my lab immediately. Let me study them thoroughly. Jan, this is beyond my wildest dreams. A whole new area of research wide open before me. Before us. Hey, something you wanted to discuss with me? Remember our little chat about success? Yeah, what about it? I wanted to suggest we push harder. Tell me. Crunch hours. Clean and simple. A lot of productivity is wasted on socializing, binge watching a series for the 100th time, or just pointless moping about. People can work till they drop, you know. It's been done before in emergency situations. Will we really be more productive? Just watch and rejoice. Of course they won't be happy about it, but it's a small price to pay. I guarantee that. Still, it doesn't sound like something I could keep up forever. No, but even doing it at small intervals can drastically speed up the completion of crucial tasks. Okay? Why not? I might just try it out. Excellent. Just don't wait until they get used to procrastinating too much.
Ever wondered if she cheated on you?
I should punch you for even suggesting that.
Oh, touched a raw nerve, did I?
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Huh? Seriously? Huh? I can't believe you kept that old calendar.
Yeah, well, I still like to fantasize about owning one of those cars.
Yeah. And escaping my shitty life. Hard times, simple fantasies. Thanks. It won't collect dust.
Hey, you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah.
What is it?
I need something to, keep me going. I feel like shit.
What do you mean?
The arm that I lost in an accident. It's weird, but it hurts. I mean, fuck, it hurts.
But your arm's there, and it looks fine.
I know it's fucked up, but so is everything else here. This arm is yours, not mine. I'm not some kind of wimp, so if I say it hurts, it really fucking hurts, alright?
Okay, calm down. I believe you.
Alright, so, there's only one way to deal with it, right? Numb the son of a bitch.
What are you talking about?
Painkillers, what else? Tramadol, hydrocodone, codeine, or that shit you doped me with before. That should do the trick.
What? I'm not giving you any more of that stuff. It's too strong.
Come on, bro. I'm not a kid. I know what I'm doing. I spent half my fucking life on painkillers.
That's exactly why I'm not giving you more. They're highly addictive, and I don't want your head messed up.
Oh, come on.
This is probably just a psychosomatic problem. You're still in shock after waking up with a different body.
Psycho what? Just give me those goddamn pills.
No, it's all in your head. Just wait it out, and I'm sure it will pass.
You know what? Fuck you, sadist.
I thought I'd check up on you. How's that bridge going?
Not so peachy. I have to admit I'm struggling a little to make it in time. Why do you ask?
Well, I just wanted to tell you again how important what you're doing is. You know, collecting rubidium. In case you forgot, which would be totally understandable. I mean, I wouldn't want you to feel pressured. You don't have to worry about it now if you've got more important things on your list. Just, don't forget about it completely, okay? Keep it in the back of your head, please, for when you're less busy.
Okay, Lucas. Noted.
Perfect. Speak soon.
better after a night in the infirmary?
I thought I was better for a moment, but the pain just keeps coming back. I don't know about you, but I am so fucking tired of this. We have to do something about it. You have to do something about it.
Really? What more can I do?
Just get rid of this damn hand. You hear me? Just chop it off.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. I'm fucking serious. If it's the only way to get rid of this pain, then I'm ready to take it on the chin. Are you?
Okay. If it's really what you want, I'll do it.
Really? You will? That's my man. Let's get it over with quickly.
Are you sure about this?
Just do it, man.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2.
You fucker! You chopped it too!
Running out of radiation filters?
All done. Should I take care of this now?
You think it through?
Yes. I have a theory I'd like to share.
Hit me.
It all started when I convinced her not to move abroad.
Oh? Interesting. I remember that moment. Is this where we branched apart?
Yeah. That decision defined us.
Wow. But it wasn't just about moving, was it? I remember it well. It was a very specific feeling.
Sadness. Selling the house, our house, it made me sad.
The house?
Yeah.
We put so much effort to prove that we could give her a good life, and now, the thought of having to start all over again.
It felt like I would be losing something I worked so hard to achieve.
So, you convinced her to stay?
Yeah. And you agreed to go.
Right. What happened after?
I started working my ass off like crazy to pay the mortgage, support us both, prove it was the right decision to stay, but in the end,
you had less time for her.
I had no time. I was exhausted and we just grew apart.
Okay. I think I've heard enough.
Really?
Yeah. Can't you see the pattern? You're always trying to prove something, be in control, build a big house, work overtime, go to friggin' space if nothing else works, instead of just taking the passenger seat sometimes, letting go and just enjoying the ride.
You want me to enjoy the ride now?
All I'm saying is you can try to trust her a little more.
You're right. How can I change that?
Think about it. When was the last time you asked her for something? She's a biotechnician, for crying out loud, and here we are struggling with those polymers. I bet she could tell us how to do it better. All you need to do is ask. Tell her you need her help. For once, rely on someone else other than yourself.
I can try, I guess.
Good. Do it. You won't regret it.
Jan?
Hi, Lena.
It's good to hear you. I was a bit out of line last time we spoke. It was harsh in your situation. Is everything okay?
I think I am going to need you.
Oh, okay.
Remember when I told you I was building a bridge?
Right. That sounded very unsettling.
And I need to get my hands on a lot of superconductive polymers in a very short time. Truth is, I don't know shit about what I'm doing, and I thought, well, since this is kind of your thing, maybe you'd have some idea how to speed it up?
Superconductive polymers. Right. Have you thought of... since you brought this to me, I suppose you have access to organic matter of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay. How about a place you can grow plants in? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I have a greenhouse.
Great. Well, good news is there is a way to get your polymers by processing organics. I can send you detailed instructions, but honestly, I'm worried that gathering resources and operating a greenhouse might be a little too much for one person.
Yeah. Well, I know, but why don't I give it a try?
Sure. It's just... I could have helped you so much earlier, and you'd have more time. It's really starting to bug me how mining ops are not going by the book about this. It's outrageous. I think I have to say something.
Wait, what do you want to do?
I don't know yet. I have to think it through.
All right. Yeah, just... Please, don't make waves, all right? Last thing I need is a corporate shitstorm on top of everything else.
Don't worry, I'll be reasonable. I'm glad you reached out, Jan. Talk later, okay? Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Sleep because of... So, we completed the crunch. Congratulations. And what are your thoughts? It was totally worth it. You're learning fast. Good. But there's more to this lesson than just the ability to push your team to their limits. What's that? You learned that sometimes achieving a goal requires being hard-headed. It can mean brutal methods, but it brings results. Huh. Thanks.
See me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
wanted to discuss something?
Yes. That moron who amputated his arm for no reason. Can you believe it? At a moment like this, we can't afford to have unproductive crew members on board.
Not much we can do about it now.
Well, we have to do something. That's why I wanted to talk. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm.
I don't know. Seems to me you have more important things to do.
There's one thing you need to understand. He's an idiot, but a trained idiot. We need him up and running and not fruitlessly consuming our resources. Don't worry, I won't dwell on it. It should be a simple, efficient solution. Just assign the task to me and I'll jump right on it.
This now? We need to talk.
You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, our one-armed friend. I've heard the scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive.
Yeah, and make his life easier.
You seriously concerned about how he feels? Because if you are, then you probably realize he didn't self-harm for no reason, and a prosthetic won't necessarily solve the problem.
What are you saying?
You might want to consider a different solution, more sophisticated and compassionate.
Compassionate?
Yeah, well, I was thinking Rapidium speeds up organic growth, right? And since you created us, our whole bodies from just a DNA sample, can't you use the same technology to recreate a single limb?
How would I do that? I don't have the tools to recreate limbs.
You didn't have a tool to drill through a pile of rocks either. Look, I know he felt that pain before, but what if this time you gave him his arm? One that would feel like a part of him from the very start. Show him that you believe he deserves a second chance.
How can you be sure the pain won't come back?
I can't. But something tells me it won't, because the problem is not really in his arm.
All right, I'm listening.
Poor bastard's insecure as hell. Changing that would be a big deal.
And how would you go about it?
I'm sure the scientist could figure out a way. He's too efficiency-driven to commit to it, but I know you could push him to make the extra effort.
Unbelievable. My whole research is gone due to someone's incompetence.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the miner's arm again.
What's there to talk about? The solution is simple. A prosthetic arm.
I was thinking, what if we try to use rubidium to grow it back?
Now, why would we want to do that?
To find a more compassionate solution to his problem. It might not be about the arm at all, but about his insecurities.
Remind me, are we here to mine rubidium or to humor insecure individuals?
I get your point. Still, I'm convinced we should go for it. I'm making the decisions, and I'll handle the consequences. You just do your job.
You seem to have it all figured out. Fine then, just assign the task to me, and I'll get to work.
Hey, what happened in the research lab?
What happened? What happened? My whole research is gone because of a preposterous hardware malfunction.
Bummer. Can you, replicate it maybe?
Of course I can. Problem is, it takes time, and I don't think we can afford to lose so much of it.
There's nothing more to do. Should I move there?
Don't you miss your previous life? What's there to miss? That life doesn't exist.
Is there a problem?
Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes.
What do you mean, fed up? What is this? Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities or else. What exactly do you want me to improve? Unfortunately, when you're dependent on the work of others, sometimes you need to give in to irrational demands. Some of us want better food. Just let them have it. I hear you. I'll do what I can.
Jan, looks like we're low on rad filters. All done. Should I take care of this now?
There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Long day, huh?
Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet. I'm done here. Should I do this now?
This looks like a good spot to place the bridge anchors.
Good about today. How's work on the miner's new arm going? I came up with something.
You could call it a serum. You can brew it in the kitchen, if you like. The arm should grow back within hours, but don't sue me if his mental problems aggravate.
Aggravate?
It's an experiment, isn't it? The outcome is always hard to predict. Don't say I didn't warn you.
So, what do you think?
Sometimes all you need to do is give people a proper meal.
Good. Let's put this whole thing behind us and focus on what's ahead.
Something for you. If it's painkillers, I don't need them anymore. I'm fine.
No. I've decided to grow you a new arm.
What?
Yeah. Sounds crazy, but here it is. A special Dolski brew made only with freshly mined rubidium.
You're fucking with me.
Why would I?
I want you to be happy.
Okay, you are fucking with me. Grow back my chopped off arm? Yeah, that's a good one, man.
No, not grow it back. It'll be a new one this time. Your own arm.
Oh, wow.
It'll be part of you, and I'm hoping it won't cause you pain anymore.
Shit, man. This is, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's confusing as fuck, but you're really getting me used to that. Okay, yeah. What the hell? I guess if you want to experiment on me. Why not? What's up?
Jan, it's simply a matter of calculating the right trajectory. Hey, how's the new arm?
Shit, man, I never thought I'd be so worked up about a part of myself. I can't stop looking at it. It's so, neat. Here.
Wow.
Cute, right? And guess what? No pain. I can't thank you enough, bro. I know how much it cost you to make that shit. And you nabbed some rubidium for me as well. Not to mention pissing off our whiz kid.
Careful there. I wouldn't have done anything without the scientist's research.
Oh, you're right. Here's to you and fucking Brainiac. This arm can do anything for both of you now. Well, no, not anything. You know what I mean. Like, work-wise.
Sure. Just
get back to what you were doing, all right? Fuck this.
Fuck me.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
FYI, looks like we're running low on repair kits. Sure, let's work ourselves to death.
A whole day? No way. We're on a tight schedule already.
Hell yeah.
We're running out of storage space, you know?
much stuff you need to take on exploration. Batteries, drills, detectors. All that preparation must feel like a second job.
Hey, what's all the fuss about the social room?
Well, the TV broke. Right before we were supposed to watch the race. Are we really asking too much?
Why don't you do something else? The whole point of that room is to spend time in good company, after all.
Speak for yourself. I really wanted to watch it.
Lucas?
Jan? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm calling with some good news. I managed to build another Rapidium arc.
Wow! Really? That's awesome. I know it might seem boring to you, but I really believe Rapidium can change things. You know? It wasn't always like this. I used to think it was all a big scam, an easy way for corporations to patch their post-crisis budgets with public money.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, and my discovery was something they never planned.
Planned or not, it raised my hopes back up. I started believing again that things can change. Look, I never tell this to anybody, but you should know that back home, my older brother is doing time.
In prison? Seriously?
Yeah. You know how they always catch the little fish? My brother was a good kid, but he was unlucky. Our parents couldn't afford a higher education for us. He had to work, support the family. And where I come from, well, not too many options who you can work for, if you know what I mean. I was lucky. I met Maxwell. He paid my tuition fees.
Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe you were simply more determined to get away than your brother.
Oh, he was determined, believe me. To feed his kids. Keep them healthy. My family used to live off the land, but after water became a luxury, that was no longer possible. And with no education or rich relatives, trust me, alternatives were thin. I'm telling you, I was that close from ending up like him. If it weren't for Maxwell. My grandma says it was a miracle.
How did Maxwell find you?
Simple. He was looking for promising students. And I'd just taken part in a science Olympiad in my country. I had a good result. Oh, very good, actually. And my topic was quantum algorithms. Call it what you want. Destiny. Pure chance. Fact is, Maxwell was going through a tough time in his life too. But that's a whole different story for some other time, maybe.
It was good talking to you.
You too. Good luck. And keep it up, okay? More arcs really could mean a better world. I'll send it out.
Those systems were designed by eggheads who know nothing about rubidium. Base is airtight, man. Nothing is spoiling our water. Trust me.
Your previous life? What's there to miss? That life doesn't exist. What are you trying to say? That I'm pining for an imagined wife? You wanted to talk? Yes, I managed to come up with a satisfactory magnetic storm prediction system. We'll be ready for the next one when it comes. If it comes.
Great. I feel safer already.
But that's not all. While analyzing the nature of this phenomenon, I discovered something very curious. You do know how dangerous it is to be outside the base during a magnetic storm, right?
I do now. The radiation levels go crazy. It could be lethal.
Well, it might be hazardous to health, but if you're a risk taker, it could also be worthwhile.
What do you mean?
I've been performing some observations, and it seems that the energy of the magnetic storm stimulates certain resource deposits to be more active and productive. 2 types of deposits, to be precise: organics and rubidium. In practical terms, it means they can be mined much more efficiently during a storm. Isn't it fascinating, Jan? Those resources are in tune with the magnetic field somehow. It's like a mysterious, unheard-of ecosystem.
Absolutely. We need to make use of that discovery.
Of course, feel free. As long as you don't send me out there.
Hey, I'd like to talk about those filters. You know, the miner's idea.
You can't be serious. You know this whole thing is ridiculous, right?
He's got a point, though. What if something contaminates our water?
Well, you're the captain. You want me to research filters? I'll research filters.
care of this?
What's the source of organic matter on this planet?
That's an interesting question. I wonder if some primitive life forms used to inhabit the planet.
What if they still do, huh? Unkillable,
You do know we're running out
radioactive,
of radiation
fireproof
filters?
life forms.
Looks like we're running out of radiation filters.
Man. Hey, what's going on? What are you arguing about?
We got together to celebrate our progress, but it looks like we've reached the limits of a constructive discussion regarding our different views.
We can't agree on the playlist. I say nothing beats good old rock and roll, but it seems our tastes got pretty rotten in some branches. Rotten is good. Grunge is good.
Please, why can't we at least take it easy with the music? Chill out, calm our nerves. You might not have noticed, but I was trying to make a point. If you really have to listen to music now, pick something we can focus to and think about the challenges ahead. Ever heard of a surgeon celebrating while the patient is still on the operating table?
Yada, yada, yada. I bet your taste in music is just about as fresh as that patient.
That's because your narrow mind will never grasp the beauty of AI-fueled synth jazz.
Okay, guys, let's not kill ourselves over a stupid party playlist, please. You never said what you'd want to hear. Let's get a rave started.
Unbelievable.
Look,
There's definitely one thing we have in common. We are very emotional about a party playlist.
of course we are. Hey, I just realized something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we all start out playing with Frickle Pickle?
Oh my word. Just as I was fighting so hard to get that memory out of my mind, the very mention of that ludicrous name makes me want to die of humiliation.
Come on, it was a high school rock band. It had to be cringy to be authentic.
I actually have fond memories. Blisters on my fingers from strumming those strings all night.
And thank goodness that joke of a band broke up when everyone went away to college.
Speak for yourself. I got together with the guys several years later and we jammed on the weekends. Some good tunes we played too. And to think it all started with Uncle Martin's guitar.
He wasn't exactly a perfect teacher, unless you wanted to learn how to chug a bottle of beer in under 5 seconds.
That's because he was a musician, not a babysitter. Remember the first thing he made us play? Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the fucker out.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't that.
I wonder if we'd even remember how to play that simple tune. I haven't touched a guitar in ages. Really? Oh, I never gave up jamming with the Freckles. Well, not until the accident.
I went back to fiddling with the instrument a little bit when we moved with Lennon. Nothing serious, though.
Luckily, we're not here to perform music.
You know what? You're right. We should definitely do it. You really are a genius. I bet we could write a song Uncle Martin would dig. All we need is a guitar. You up to it? Man, I'm telling you, we need it. Few loose screws. You're bored enough to start conspiracy theories? I can find you something to do. Easy, I'm just messing with you. Hello?
Jan, this is Maxwell. I have to say, I am disappointed.
What about?
Your wife, Lena Berg? I thought you were supposed to keep her out of this.
Come on. It was just a harmless request. She helped speed things up a great deal.
Well, it seems she also found the time to accuse me of negligence before the board. You do realize I am going to face a lot of scrutiny now. We are going to face it. Luckily for you, her ignorant meddling didn't delay the dispatching of your rescue mission.
I'm sorry, okay? I thought I was doing the right thing. Won't happen again.
Let's hope so. Look, I know you're going through a lot, and emotional support from someone close is, well, it's priceless. But you shouldn't let emotions take over when you're under pressure. Tell me about your cargo. Is it safe?
Rubidium? It's safe, don't worry.
Good. And your altars? Are there many of them?
Why so curious?
You think it's none of my business? It will be, sooner or later. You know, I did try to test the waters a little back home about the possible fate of your potential crew. And before your wife barged in with her self-righteous attitude and sabotaged all my subtle advances.
You mean you still haven't told anyone?
It's too early, Jan.
Why?
There's one thing you need to understand about those people. No one makes it to the board of a corporation for being nice. It's an award you get for putting the interests of stakeholders before anything else. Which boils down to being a passive opportunist with no moral center.
But I don't get it. My altars are in the interest of the corporation. I had to make them to bring back Rubidium, right?
Yes, but they're also a liability. Imagine an uncontrolled leak to the public, moral outrage on socials, competition taking over the narrative. Heads would have to fall, Rubidium or not. No, we don't want them to panic.
Wait a second. Don't you work for them?
I work with them, Jan. Does it mean I can't have dreams of my own?
Dreams? What dreams?
Remember when I told you about our lives being governed by chaos?
And how we struggle to find a meaningful pattern in it.
You are experiencing it clearly now, aren't you? Well, ever since I learned about your discovery, I keep thinking about Rubidium as the opportunity for us to stop being slaves to chaos. That is why, contrary to the members of the board, I will sacrifice everything to protect your mission.
It feels good to have somebody on my side.
I'm glad you appreciate that, Jan. Let's try to avoid any more misunderstandings in the future. Maybe it's my fault. I should have been more open with you from the start.
About what?
You see, the career in management wasn't always what I had in mind for myself. I used to be a geneticist, preoccupied by scientific work, exciting, promising experiments.
So, the old research Lucas dug up.
Yes, it was mine.
You're responsible for all this. The mine records, the branching.
It's never just one person, Jan. But yes, I was in charge of that project.
What did you want to achieve?
I can't say any more, Jan. Especially when the board is all over me with their questions. For the very same reasons I had to discontinue my work. And this is where it gets tricky. Because if anyone from the board finds out what we've done together, they could get the wrong idea, if you know what I mean.
Okay. I get it.
I'm not sure you do. You see, things may get harder for you soon.
Harder? How?
Well, there might come a moment when the interest of your alters, at least some of them, will differ significantly from yours.
Are you trying to scare me?
I just want you to prepare.
For what?
Tough decisions.
That's very cryptic.
Well, it's the best I can do. Remember, we're both in uncharted territory. Lucas is working on establishing the most convenient rendezvous point. He'll dispatch the coordinates to you as soon as he's found a good location.
Good. I'll be waiting.
In the meantime, wish me luck with the mess down here. I'll get back to you when the storm dies down.
Base is messing with my head. Okay, I've got us a guitar. Now, what do we want to play? How about something from our old repertoire? We had a few hits up our sleeves.
For crying out loud, can't you just let it go? Do you really want to sing something a 16-year-old version of yourself wrote?
True. That could be a bit awkward. Huh. People liked our lyrics, but yeah, I guess they didn't age well. But we had some sick tunes. How about this? We could use one of our old tunes, but come up with new lyrics, something fresh and relatable to, well, our audience.
And by audience, you mean?
Us, obviously. Let's write about us. What do you think, Jan?
I like it.
Let's get down to it. That's the spirit.
And what exactly would you write about?
Like I said, something relatable. We should write about us, our crew, what unites us, what divides us.
I would add something about the love that we share. All good songs are about love.
And I could sing something about things we really want to get back from the bottom of my heart, you know? Sounds like a plan. I'll take the first verse. You, Brainiac?
What about me?
You didn't think you'd get away with it, did you?
You're not gonna leave me alone, are you?
Nope. We're in this together.
Fine. Give me the shortest part.
And what'll you sing about?
Quantum mechanics? What else? Let's add some meaning to this pointless activity.
Okay, then. Jan, your turn. You take the second verse. What are you gonna sing about? I could sing about all the things we've been through. Well, that could work. You could start with something like, on the path I left behind.
How about, I made choices that were not always right.
Yeah, but I'm no longer left all by myself. We've got a common goal in sight. All right, looks like we've got it. Oh, sweet.
Let's just get this over with.
Okay, here goes. Growing up apart, we shared surprisingly common ground, feeling nothing more than regret. Till the coin got flipped around.
Things never said in quantum state now won't remain unspoken. The clock is unwound, the choice is unsound, could now reopen. What if I gotta spend a day with you again? Of all the things that I regret, it's losing you that truly hurts.
If I could take another turn, my life would never be common goal in sight. Things that we lost, the personal cost. Are they really gone forever? We're not gonna fail. We need to prevail and sail together. And though it seems now anything could be